Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, guys, we're starting a little bit early because I made a mistake. Here we go. So I'm going to give you some updates as we're walking along here, getting on the trolley here, and just to give you a few updates. Their schedule changed, but we're ready to go. All right. So we're going to be taking the Waikiki Trolley Blue Line all the way around to South Shore today. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So let me tell you what's going to happen on the stream here. What I'm going to do is I want to try and shoot this as if it was your point of view in so much as I can. There's going to be some instances where I can't do it, and I don't want to shoot just straight this way because it's difficult to see things. So I will be.
Welcome to the tail end of your 4th of July weekend on this Sunday, July 7th. I try to come a little early when it's raining so you guys don't have to wait in the rain for the trolley. We'll be leaving at 9:50. We still have 5 minutes. The best sites are going to be on this side or all the way back. This side or all the way back. If you're looking for the best side as far as the seats go, that's important because as we go down, I'm going to be picking up more people. So it would be remiss of me not to bring that up beforehand. So yeah, you want to be on that side or all the way back starting out.
Aloha, guys. Aloha, Wade and Janet at LC. Glad to see you guys here. Sandy.
3 trolleys running this line. Blue 1, Blue 2, Blue 3.
I'm going to be standing by his speaker so you can hear him as we go along. But as he said, sitting on the right side of the trolleys are always the best, except for on the green line.
Give me one moment.
So my plan is I'm going to let him do most of the speaking, of course, and then I'm going to do the view from a point of view as if you're sitting here. But I want to be able to switch from this side to this side, so you'll see me moving side to side based on whatever the landmarks are that are coming up. And just one reminder, and I'll probably remind you this one more time before we get there. But when we get to the Diamond Head lookout, we will have a dropout in connection. It's just one of the things we can't do anything about. It'll be for about 30 seconds, and I'll forewarn you.
So, again, I don't mind if you eat or drink. All I ask is that you take your trash with you upon exiting.
Lisa, Linda, Aloha, Debbie, Cherie.
We are Ohana. Ohana is Hawaiian for family, so we're going to be nice, kind, polite, take care of one another, you know? So recap, safety.
Koa is the name of our driver right up there.
Always endeavor to observe our courtesies. Now we're going to the southeastern portion of the island. We're going way out.
And
when we hit Sea Life Park, we're going to flip around. Now,
hello from New Zealand, Cherie, Cat Roy, good to see you, and Joe, and Cherie again. This is probably one of the most popular routes, this and the Red Line. If someone could just give me a video and audio check, and I want to keep talking while he's talking just for right now to find out, are you able to still hear me over him?
Give it 5 minutes, it'll all work out. Trade winds can blow through this trolley north of about 20 miles an hour. What that means is, if you guys are wearing a hat and that hat is not tied to your head, chances are it may end up being a donation to the wind gods. Okay? So if you like your headgear and you want to hold on to it, you might want to secure it now.
So when you come in, check in for your Waikiki Trolley to pick up your passes, if you've won passes from going to Hawaii, that's the kiosk that you'll pick them up from on day of, or there's a kiosk inside right through that, right through there, and you could pick your passes up there.
Also servicing Duke Kahanamoku statue. Sigawa, Waikiki Beach, Duke Kahanamoku statue test.
Thanks, LC. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Sorry for the early start, but I was actually looking at their line and I said, or their map, and I asked V, and I said, did the times change? She goes, yes, just last week.
A gentleman by the name of Duke Kahanamoku. He's kind of a big deal. He's the ambassador of Aloha. He's the father of modern day surfing.
You can hear me over the driver. Thank you, Michelle. That's really what I was looking for. Thank you very much. And I'm going to be giving leeway to all the passengers always, so I may be moving around a little bit, but I do want to make sure that I'm giving you the viewpoint as if you are sitting here on the trolley, okay? And I'm going to let him do the narration, so I will shut up. Aloha, guys. I will only point out if there's something of interest that he may have missed that you may be interested in. We're going to be giving away some Waikiki Trolley passes and some Circle Island tours.
But he predates Aquaman by 100 years. Duke Kahanamoku was born August 24th, 1890, and he was slated to participate in the 1918 Olympic Games because he was such a gifted swimmer. His event was to be the 100-meter freestyle. We good? All right, so he was supposed to be a 100-meter freestyle, right? But the Olympic Games in 1918 was canceled because of World War I. But in 1918, he was already 28 years old. When they picked up with the Olympics 2 years later, he was 30 years old. He broke 2 world records, got 3 gold medals and 2 silver in the 100-meter freestyle. He was the Michael Phelps before Michael. Well,
I was standing here the whole time I was talking to V, who they do. So I'm telling you, and it's not just that they're a partner, but they do such an amazing job. They do really a really good job. Waikiki Trolley and Tours. They are so fast, very responsive, very professional.
Over here is Royal Hawaiian Shopping Plaza. What's the difference? What's the difference between Royal Hawaiian Shopping Plaza and Waikiki Shopping Plaza? 70% of all the proceeds earned here goes into the Bishop Estate Scholarship Fund. And that scholarship fund pays the tuition of all the Native Hawaiians that go to the King Kamehameha schools. Those are private schools that serve as kindergarten and 12th grade. So if you guys are conscious spenders, you want to make sure your tourist dollars get the biggest bang possible, right? 70% of all this goes into the fund, and you're actually paying the tuition for a young keiki, a young Native Hawaiian. So that's something to think about. All right, over here, if you guys want to try a slice of $16 cheesecake later, you got the Cheesecake Factory right here. This is the most expensive Macy's in the world. You know, it's not cheap to have a business here. The rent is so expensive, the Apple store just left. They were right next door to Cheesecake Factory. They're like, this rent's too much, we're leaving. This is the international...
Lance, my day is complete when I see your name.
With foreign currency. They have a foreign currency exchange service inside the international marketplace. It's open 7 days a week from 11 to 7.
So how many of you have ridden on the blue line specifically? Not the other lines, but the blue line specifically, the Waikiki Trolley.
It was a hotel. It was the royal residence, okay? Back in the day, one night's lodging was $1.50. Of course, the dollar was on the gold standard back then. Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard in 1971. And just like that, we're at the beach. Kokoa. Waikiki Beach, Duke Kahanamoku statue desu, the Monogatto. Notice the statue behind the surfboard statue, Duke Kahanamoku, right? That back in his day, surfboards were 15 feet long. They were over 100 pounds because they were made of hardwood and not plastic that you see today, right? When you think of the quintessential beach body, how these guys got to be so buff, it's because they were surfing with trees for 8 hours a day. If you don't mind standing. Blue line, blue line. Aloha. Aloha.
This is going to be a very, very packed trolley, but because your fearless host is going to stand, all will be good. So I'm going to give you more details when we get to a quiet place, maybe the blowhole.
They say in the military, make your buddy smile. All right, one big happy family.
How many of you been on any of the Waikiki Trolley?
And get all tight, you know. We can make you fit in the seat. We want to try to do that. Next stop is going to be the Honolulu Zoo. Sigiwa, Honolulu Zoo desu, the Monogatto.
So we're going to be giving away a semi-super pack for tags for Waikiki Trolley
The beaches
today.
of Waikiki are among the warmest beaches in North America. Well, even though we're way in the South Pacific, right? That water is a constant 72 degrees, 74 degrees. That is a man-made beach, okay? We ship in sand twice a month from Australia. You're more than likely to find shark's teeth in that sand before you find seashells, but I'm just letting you know what you're digging for, right? This Indian banyan tree right here is over 140 years old, okay? And for those of you that are into Irish cuisine, if you just like Irish food, over here on the left is McDonald's. McDonald's in Hawaii is the only McDonald's that sells Spam. That is the #1 selling item on the menu. And believe it or not, 1 billion cans of Spam are sold between the islands of Samoa, Guam, and the Hawaiian Islands. 1 billion with a B. These trees with the white flowers on them, they're called plumeria trees. This is what we make our leis out of. We got 6 different variety of plumeria trees here on the island. And we get these trees from Australia. We get a lot from Australia, all right? You're going to be hearing that name popping up a lot. The Honolulu Zoo was established in 1947. It sits on 42.5 acres, and it is home to 1,230 animals in custom design enclosures. And according to the tourist manual, the Honolulu Zoo is the most popular zoo in the South Pacific, bringing in about 600,000 visitors annually. According to me, that is the only zoo
Aloha,
in the South
Cassie.
Pacific, right? Now, remember how I told you how the beaches
Diane
are so
and
warm,
Sue
right?
and
Well, you see this shore breaker
Sandy.
right here, this concrete block that's going all the way across? All that does is absorbs the heat of the sun, right? And then all throughout the day, it just emits that heat back into the water. So all those people, it's like they're swimming in a pot that's on simmer the whole time. So it keeps the water nice and warm and fresh for them. Okay, we're coming up on our next stop. This is going to be the Honolulu Zoo. Sigara, Honolulu Zoo desu. Domo arigato. This Indian banyan tree up here on the right is over 160 years old, and take note of the tent. There's a tent in the tree. We have our own Swiss Family Robinson going on. Goingtohawaii, Honolulu Zoo. Any takers? Anybody back there trying to weasel to the front? No, we're good. All right, next stop is going to be the Waikiki Aquarium. Now, this is Queens Beach, okay? Waikiki Beach is like ended here. This is Queens Beach. This is where the locals go. Over here is Queen Kapolani Park on the left side. Queen Kapolani was the wife of King David Kalakaua. Okay? Queen Kapolani Park was established in 1877. It is the biggest park in the state of Hawaii. Now, when we talk about Hawaii, we're talking about 8 islands, okay? Now, Queens Beach over here, this is where the locals go. We'll give Waikiki Beach a facelift about, every 10 years or so, but we don't mess with Queens Beach, all right? Let's say you came to this beach with your parents in the 70s. You can bring your kids to the same beach today and be like, I climbed that tree right there when I was your age. Or back when your grandfather was alive, he taught me how to swim right over there. So this is all about nostalgia. This beach is where we keep our memories, all right? Now these trees that we're driving in between are called ironwood trees. And for the record, we have 33 different variety of trees on this island, and not one of those trees are indigenous. Nothing is indigenous. If it's growing here, it was brought here. Now right over here on the right side is the Waikiki Aquarium. That is the second oldest public aquarium in the United States. They opened their doors March 14, 1904. It is home to about 300 different variety of marine aquatic specimens, to include sea coral, different variety of sea coral. You will find the state fish on that property. I believe the name is a Hanahana Muku Muku something or other. We'll call it Espialidocious. All right, this is the Waikiki Aquarium. Any takers? All right. Kokowa, Waikiki Aquarium desu. Domo arigato. All right. Mahalo. Any other takers? Waikiki Aquarium.
Okay, let me get this out.
I don't know.
Hopefully you can hear me.
I just see a lot of movement. Give me 1 second.
So we're going to do what we're going to call
Next stop is going to be Kahalawa.
a super pack giveaway. So we're going to do a giveaway of 1 4-day Waikiki Trolley pass and 1 Circle Island tour pass.
I was going to tell you Kahalawa.
That we'll be doing a drawing tomorrow after the replay of this live stream. actually until Monday, tomorrow night at midnight. And to enter, you just tag properly Waikiki Trolley in this live stream. You could do it up to 3 times today and 3 times tomorrow in this live stream. During the live stream, today 3 times, and tomorrow in the replay up to 3 times. And you must tag it properly, which I'm sure most of you can do by now. All right, let's get it.
This tree over here, I call it a forest of one. This Indian banyan tree is over 190 years old, and it just keeps going, right? And right on the other side is the War Memorial.
And yes, we have.
On the other side of that wall is a large.
We have a Pearl Harbor giveaway coming up
that was actually
as well. Stay tuned.
Birthday, August 24th, 1927. That's a war memorial to the 10,000 Hawaiians that served alongside us during World War I and the 101 Hawaiians that lost their lives.
I'm not going to be able to tell if those tags are correct or not, but the godmother, Janet, will probably help us out, I'm sure.
Up on it. This is the Dillingham Fountain. It was refurbished in 1949 as a memorial to Walter Dillingham. He was a director of Parks and Services. Now, the Dillingham family, they made their way to the island via the Dillingham Dredging Company. Now, for those of you that have been to Las Vegas, if you hit Highway 95 North, you went across the Hoover Dam, right? It was the Dillingham Dredging Company that dredged out the Hoover Dam, all right? And then they came here, they dredged out portions of Pearl Harbor and the Aloha Canal in 1924. But the Dillingham Dredging Company was instrumental in the creation of the township of Hawaii. We're going to be driving through Hawaii. Hawaii sits where Mauna Loa Bay used to sit. Mauna Loa Bay was the largest freshwater pond. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Mauna Loa Bay was the largest freshwater pond in all of the Hawaiian Islands. It covered 528 acres. Well, after Henry J. Kaiser purchased it, that's when the Dillingham Dredging Company came in and helped him fill in 524 acres. Anyway, we will get to it, and I'll talk about it a little bit more, but that's the significance of this fountain right here. It was a memorial. This used to be the Phoenix Fountain. It was a gift from the Japanese people that call Hawaii home, and it was to honor the coronation of the new Emperor of Japan. Now, it was destroyed during World War II, and then it was the Dillingham family that sought to refurbish it in 1909. Okay, we're going to be driving through the Diamond Head community. These homes to your left and right are between $4 and $12 million, and that is regardless as to the state of disrepair they may appear to be in.
Just a reminder that as we get up to the lookouts, we will be dropping out for about 30 seconds or so. Stay with us. I would appreciate it. We'll be passing the as well. Such a beautiful road.
Territory in 1890 on President McKinley. The median condominium price is $600,000, and if you want to rent a decent place, it's going to cost you about $2,500, $3,000 a month. Here's the thing, though: Hawaii is the only state in the United States where the citizens do not own the land. When you buy one of these $1 million homes, your ownership ends about 6 inches below the floorboards. Okay, the Kingdom of Hawaii will always maintain mineral rights. All right, so you don't really own the land, but guess what? You still pay property tax. I'm still trying to figure that out. As we go up, we're going to pass a couple of little, I like to call them private beaches, but it's public property, right? These little cubby holes that give you access to Diamond Head Beach. But notice these dangerous reefs right here. You see the brown? Those are all dangerous reefs. That's the whole point of this lighthouse. Now, the Diamond Head Lighthouse stands 55 feet tall. It is equipped with a Fresno lens that burns at a capacity of 160,000 candle power. What that means
right about here, guys.
It has a light that can shine 18
Fingers
miles
crossed.
out across the Pacific Ocean, highlighting a demarcation line. House in the United States has been down and refurbished 3 times. Okay, we don't refer to this as Diamond Head Beach, even though that's what it is. We refer to it as the Cliffs. You see how high we're going? We just call it the Cliffs at some point. In 1920, we decommissioned the Diamond Head Lighthouse, and then we designated it as a historical landmark. You guys a photo op, so you guys can take in this beautiful scenery just for a second, right? Traffic. On the other side of this truck, on the other side of that cab, is the monument to Amelia Earhart. There's a stone, and stamped on that stone is a metal placard that gives you all the particulars of how she flew over the island and so forth. Now, for those of you who know who Doris Duke is, she has her mansion right down there. It's called the Doris Duke Shangri-La Mansion.
You can see Maui, Lanai, and Molokai right there.
Free tours. You can get those tickets from the Honolulu Museum of Art. We're going to call this an appetizer for what you're going to see coming up here in a bit. And by the way, our next stop will be Kahala Mall. Now here on the left side, this rock right here is called Diamond Crater. Diamond Head is actually an extinct
Look at the blue
volcano.
today, huh?
The last time it was
Marcia, you need to use an ampersand and not a hashtag.
The size of 350 acres. That was actually the site of
I'm
the
sorry, not
first
ampersand, an
military
at
base
sign.
on the island.
Use an at
Fort
sign,
Rupert,
Waikiki Trolley,
inside
not the
Diamond
pound
Head
sign.
Crater in 1905. For those of you that make your way inside Diamond Head, it's going to look and feel
Hello,
very
Noel.
much like a military compound, even to this day. But say back in the 70s, we did live concerts inside Diamond Head. The last person to give a concert there was Bob Marley. Now in 2014. No, in 2005, 20 Navy SEALs embarked on a clandestine mission that would take them deep within the heart of Afghanistan. Unfortunately, we lost every single member down to one lone survivor. If you caught the movie Lone Survivor featuring Mark Wahlberg, that was a dramatization of Operation Red Wing. This park right here on the left, locals, we call it Triangle Park, but the name of this park is Operation Red Wing Medal of Honor Park. This park is a memorial to the 19 Navy SEALs that lost their lives as a result of that failed operation. Now, the reason the park is here is because the lion's share of those Navy SEALs, they fell out of Pearl Harbor Naval Base about 13 miles north. And what's unique about this land that we're driving on now, having left Diamond Head behind,
Go out, Darlene, go out and come back in. Like stop,
we're literally driving on a sacred land. And it's
log out of the live stream and come back in. It's fine. The audio's great.
$47 million. They go north from there. Jim Neighbors, you may know him as Gomer Powell. He has a house right up here. Bette Midler, she has a house here. Tom Selleck, the last house he bought her right here. How many people know who Norma Jean is, right? Marilyn Monroe, she has a house all the way down to the left. That's actually an historical landmark. We're going to be making a left turn by the gentleman's home that owns Panda Express. If you guys ever ate quote-unquote Chinese food at Panda Express, you were paying this guy's house note. I'm sure he appreciates your patronage as it is a very lavish home. And also, when I make this turn, you're going to be face-to-face with the Ko'olau mountain range. There are two mountain ranges on this island. The Ko'olau mountain range is coming up, and the Waianae mountain range. I guess you'd call it to the right. And speaking of the right, this house right here on the right, this is the orange chicken guy. Okay? That's his house. His mansion, I should say. And then straight ahead, you see this beautiful vista, this beautiful mountain range right here. That is the Ko'olau mountain range. That mountain range is 37 miles long. 13 miles wide. As you can see, there are always clouds on the Ko'olau mountain range. Incidentally, the Honolulu Film Studio is a half a mile down this way. When you look at this mountain range, it's not hard to see why they chose to film the entire Jurassic Park movie franchise right here. All 6 movies between this island, Maui, and Kauai. Now, because of this mountain range,
this is the Blue Line tour, or Blue Line Trolley.
220 to 340 inches of rain annually, thereby making this island right here the second wettest island in the chain of 8. Now, Kauai, that's actually the wettest island. They get up to about 400 inches of rain annually, but it's also the greenest. All right, a joke comes to mind. What is the favorite drink of Hawaiian clouds? Anyone care to venture again? Mountain Dew, of course. I love that joke. Right? All right, our next stop is going to be Kahala Mall. Kahala Mall is the first covered mall on the island, built in 1954. Not to be confused with Ala Moana Shopping Center. Ala Moana Shopping Center opened their doors in 1959. In the same year, Hawaii became Hawaii 5-0, the 50th state, on President Dwight Eisenhower's watch. Also happening in 1959, the movie Godzilla was released in Tokyo for the first time. Now, in 1959, Ala Moana Shopping Center had 88 shops and was 2 levels tall, and it was the biggest shopping mall in the United States in 1959. Today, Ala Moana Shopping Center covers 4 city blocks. It's 4 levels tall. It has 340 retail shops and 160 different restaurants and eateries, thereby making Ala Moana Shopping Center the largest outdoor shopping center in the world. And on the retail side, right, Ala Moana Shopping Center brings in $5.76 billion in sales annually, all right? That's the most profitable mall in the world, and most of that is because of your tourist dollars. Thank you so much for coming to Hawaii and spending your money. We appreciate you. Now, if you guys want to save money moving forward, then what you want to do is shop like a local. Locals, we shop at Kahala Mall first. The only difference between Kahala Mall and Ala Moana is size. But if you want to count major department stores, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Ross for Less, Macy's, okay, Victoria's Secret, Kahala Mall can match Ala Moana major store for major store. But here's the major difference. Where Macy's, for example, is paying Ala Moana Shopping Center $85,000 a month to have their store in the most popular mall in the world, they're only paying Kahala Mall $11,000. Now what that looks like in real time is, as tourists, right? You guys go to Macy's and Ala Moana and you find some nice pants for $200 and think you got a deal. Locals, we're laughing at you because we can go to Macy's right here and get those same pants for 80 bucks, okay? At the end of the day, all of the stores at Ala Moana Shopping Center, they got to mark up their inventory just to make rent. And they pass on that markup to you guys, the unsuspecting tourists who have such a tight itinerary. You guys don't have time to shop, you know, price check and all that. So just shop like a local, do what we do, right? When it's time to go shopping, you make a list and you start here, Kahala Mall. You check everything off. Anything you can't find here, that's when you go to Ala Moana Shopping Center. You do that, you're gonna practically shop. You're gonna save about 40%. This is our next stop. Kokoa, Kahala Mall Fest, the Monogato. Feel free to get off. There'll be another trolley in 40 minutes. This is Kahala Mall. Any takers for Kahala? You hear that guy singing? That is Bruno Mars, born and raised right here. Bruno Mars. He was discovered on the streets of Kalakaua way back in the day.
That's correct.
All right, our next stop's going to be the Halanoa Bloho. If you look straight ahead, you're looking at H1, Highway 1. There are 4 highways on this island. The military built every single one of them, starting with H1. H1 is 20
How are these gas prices compared to yours?
Highway. Now, after Hawaii became the 50th state, now that they had representation in Congress, the military was able to take 30% of the defense budget and go to work on building this highway. And what's significant about that is, if the military wanted to, they can close down H1 and land aircraft on the freeway. The first 8 miles coming in from east to west are built per the specs of a regular airport runway. I want you to imagine C-130s and jets coming in simultaneously, dropping their payloads and taking off, right? H1 predates Honolulu International Airport by 42 years. Welcome to the Waialae Golf Course. This is home of the Sony Open. It takes place 1 time a year right here at the Waialae Golf Course. Now, if you guys want to be a member of the Waialae Golf Course, it's going to cost you $24,800 a year. All right. Welcome to our 90210. Okay, we call this part of the island 90210. And just for a little backstory, right? I'm from California. The zip code for Beverly Hills is 90210. We call this the Beverly Hills portion of the island. If you're familiar with Robin Leach, he did a show called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. They did 2 shows here just on the famous people and the homes we're going to be passing here shortly. I'll point them out when we get there, but for right now, let me just say that the population of the state of Hawaii is 1.4 million. Okay, Hawaii is made up of 8 islands. Now, 1 million.
The view will improve here in just a moment on the right-hand side.
Right here on this island. All right, this island is called Oahu. Oahu is home to 66% of the entire population of the state of Hawaii. Now, let me give you a little contextual substance, right? Something to gauge it with. Take Rhode Island. Okay, Rhode Island is the smallest state in the United States. Okay. Rhode Island is 1,215 square miles with a population of 1.9 million. This island is 597 square miles. We're half the size of Rhode Island, and we're already pushing 1 million people. Now, the military has been on this island for over 200 years. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Happy belated 4th of July weekend, okay? We have 200, and by the way, thank you for your service. We have 250,000 military personnel and their family members calling this island home, and they are not counted in the U.S. Census. Also not counted in the U.S. Census are you lovely individuals. We get 72,000 tourists flying into Honolulu International Airport on any given day, 72,000. And if you guys take Red Line, for example, and you guys go down to Aloha Towers at Pier 9, you will not be surprised to see cruise ships docked at Pier 2, Pier 4, and Pier 11. At today's standards, cruise ships can hold north of 3,000 people, right? So long story short, this island is home to the 3rd worst traffic in the United States, behind Los Angeles and New York City. 3rd worst traffic. So keep that in mind. And believe it or not, this is Sunday. This is Sunday. Okay, not these homes here, but I want you to look across the way. You see this ridge line there to the left? That is our Beverly Hills. Oprah Winfrey has a house up here. Snoop Doggy Dogg, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Martha Stewart, Sylvester Stallone, Steve Tyler, Keanu Reeves. We got a couple of Supreme Court justices living up there, and these are just the ones that I know about off the top of my head, right? So you may want to ask yourself, what makes this area here so unique? What makes it so unique is the fact that that's a gated community. There's only one street that gives you access to these homes here. We'll be passing it here shortly, and I'll point it out to you, but at the end of the day, if you're rich, if you're famous, if you want an extra layer of security, right? If you just want to say a degree of separation from the masses, then that's where you want to live, because halfway up that street there's a big gate, and then they check your credentials, so you're just not going to get up there. You just can't be anybody that's going to get up in there. Okay, the biggest natural disaster to hit this island came on April Fool's Day, 1946. April 1st, 1946, there was an earthquake off the coast of Alaska. Alaska is 2,800 miles across the Pacific, okay? That earthquake was 7.4 on the Richter scale, and that was big enough to set off a tsunami. Tsunami is Japanese for tidal wave. 4 hours, 37 minutes later, a 71-foot wave slammed onto this side of the island, killing 154 people. Now, obviously a catastrophe of that magnitude would hit the news stations worldwide, right? Well, that's how it came on the radar of Henry J. Kaiser. Now, Henry J. Kaiser was a business magnate out of San Francisco. He made millions of dollars building ships for the U.S. Navy. When he figured out what happened here, he came down here to survey the damage himself. His attitude being, in every catastrophe, there's an opportunity, right? So he came down here and he looked it over, and then he went into business mode, right? He was like, check this out. I can clean this up. I can build affordable housing. I can help everybody move on. Let's make a deal. So he went into a long-term lease agreement with the Bishop Estate, and what he purchased was Mauna Loa Bay. Again, Mauna Loa Bay in its day was the largest freshwater pond in all of these Hawaiian islands. It was 528 acres. It was stuffed with mullet, and it pretty much fed, and mullet is a fish, by the way, and it generally, that lake, that body of water fed Native Hawaiians going all the way back from time immemorial. That's where Henry J. Kaiser came to town. Now, after he purchased Mauna Loa Bay, he called in a favor. He called in his boy, Walter Dillingham, of the Dillingham Dredging Company. Okay, hold that thought. You see these cars here? They're going up to Beverly Hills. This is the street. You can't make a left turn. You got to do a cul-de-sac. So all the cars that are going here are going to queue themselves through this little round robin, and then they're going to go up this street, and then they're going to hit the gate. Now, if I were paparazzi, right, I would set up a tent, and I would just take pictures of everybody queued here. Just take pictures as they go, because I'm thinking 1 out of 5 people got to be rich and famous. And then I'd pick up all the pictures and I'd send them to TMZ, and I'll let them know where to send a check. Now then, Henry J. Kaiser, he called Walter Dillingham. He said, Walt, I need you to bring all of your earth-moving equipment this way, right?
Yes.
13 miles southeast, right? And so
it was just called Hawaiian Village at the time when Kaiser built it.
The question is, how do you fill in 524 acres?
But it was two prior
That's why there are 5
hotels,
man-made marinas
under 2 different names prior to Hawaiian Village.
But with all that earth moving, right, it took them 5 years just to manipulate the earth. It took them another 5 years.
And he sold it to Conrad Hilton in the 60s, like 61, I think. And that's when he called it Hilton Hawaiian Village.
Right. So basically, the township of Hawaii is 10 years in the making. And to this day, it is the most prolific and most ambitious housing development ever partaken on in these Hawaiian Islands. We refer to it as Henry J. Kaiser's biggest legacy. Now that requires little explanations. Let me just say this. We'll call this the word of the day. The way that you say ocean or sea in the Hawaiian language, the way that you say that word is kai, K-A-I. But when we go down here and you see signs that say, welcome to Hawaii Kai, in this case, Kai means Henry J. Kaiser. That's all him. Now, if you guys go back to Waikiki, the biggest hotel there is Hilton Hawaiian Village. Before it was Hilton Hawaiian Village, it was Hawaiian Village, built by Henry J. Kaiser in 1955. When Elvis stayed here in 57, he bought out the whole top floor of the Rainbow Tower, and he made it famous, and that's when the Hilton family approached Henry J. Kaiser and purchased it from him. If you guys go to Ala Moana Beach Park, you may take note of Magic Island. Magic Island is a man-made peninsula built by Henry J. Kaiser in 1964. If you guys have any medical issues and you go downtown, chances are you're going to find yourself I'm drawing a blank. But, oh yeah, there it is, Kaiser Permanente. Kaiser Permanente is a hospital complex, medical clinics. That's Henry J. Kaiser. He built all of that. So when we say this is his biggest legacy, when you think about everything that Henry J. Kaiser did, then it all comes, it just makes sense at that point. Now, when you guys look straight up, you're going to see this building that looks out of place. This is an apartment complex. But if we have any Magnum PI fans here on the trolley, you would think this was a hotel. Keep in mind, the Hawaii Film Studio's been on this island for 80 years. When they were filming Magnum PI, they had a hard time filming footage of him coming out of hotels. So they fell back 13 miles here, and they portrayed this apartment building right here to the left. They portrayed that as a hotel. So from season 1 all the way to the season finale, you would think that was a hotel. Now, President Barack Obama was raised right here in this house, the house with the green fence. His grandparents owned this home right here, So this is where he was raised as a child. He was not born in Kenya, all right? Compliment to President Trump. And basically, Sandy Beach was President Barack Obama's favorite beach. Today, he bought Tom Selleck's old house right on the other side of Sea Life Park. He bought the neighbor's house to the left and to the right. He tore it all down, and that's where he has his compound.
Kaiser also did Hoover Dam in Las Vegas, or Nevada rather.
While Sasha and Malia are going to college. During his second inauguration, the then governor called the president and they were like, Mr. President, we'd like to change the name of Sandy Beach to President Barack Obama's beach. What do you think? And he was like, absolutely not. It should remain a Sandy Beach. We know what a Sandy Beach. And so it stands to this day. Now, as we go forward, we're going to pass a street that says Bay Street. If we go back in time, that is where Mauna Loa Bay actually began. That's the official demarcation line, okay? And when you look to the left side, you're going to see a wall. It's a mural. It's a memorial, really, though. But that's a memorial to what used to be here, Mauna Loa Bay. And the fish that you see painted on this wall right here, those are mullet. That's mullet fish. That's what it used to look like. So, this is Bay Street, right? We just touched down underwater if we were in a time machine. This wall tells you what used to be here. You got the mullet fish, and if you could read Hawaiian, you would be reading like, Ode to Mauna Loa Bay, what used to be here. Now, if you look straight ahead, you see this sign that says Hawaii Kai Drive. Welcome to the township of Hawaii Kai, okay? Again, this is the most prolific and most ambitious housing development. 524 acres going all the way back. You see this marina right here? This is one of 5 man-made marinas going all the way back. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take you off the beaten path. I want to show you what remains of Mauna Loa Bay. I'm going to make a right turn. And for the record, this is the official turnaround spot. This marina here, this is the official turnaround spot for the Honolulu Marathon. This is mile marker 17.2. In 2006, I ran the Honolulu Marathon. We came down here, we got the water, and we went back on this roundabout and went back into Waikiki, finishing the 26.4 mile track. Okay, you see the white? That's the wave of the ocean.
It's on the left-hand side. I didn't get to
Everything
the
in front here is Mauna Loa Bay. It's what
the people are
remains
loaded up on the left-hand
Bay.
side of the
you can
trolley.
walk
I
from
can't
here
get that
all the way out to
shot
the
of that
water,
house.
and the waves, I should say, and it won't go past your knees. Today, this is like a quasi duck sanctuary. Every once in a while, I'll see a disembodied dog's head running across here chasing ducks as they go off this way. Now, this is the ocean access. This is how the people of Hawaii, and I guess the island in general, you can drive the whole circumference of this island in 108 miles. But on the weekends, they'll put their little vans, well, they'll put their boats up to the trucks, and they will back the trucks in here, and then they will go out to the open ocean. This is how they get ocean
Beautiful
access.
place to paddleboard.
Now, to the left and up, that is Coco Volcano, Coco Crater. Much like Diamond Head, that's an extinct volcano that exploded 35,000 years ago. When that exploded, it left two craters, okay? Coco Crater is 200 acres. It's on the other side of that peak, which is 1,203 feet above sea level.
That's Hanama Bay Ridge.
The other crater is right here. This is Hanama Crater. You know it as Hanama Bay, but this is actually an extinct volcano vent, all right? And that crater is below sea level. It was created when this beast exploded. It was a simultaneous explosion going straight up. Now, I wonder how many people snorkeling in Hanama Bay right now actually realize they're in an extinct volcano vent, okay? Hanama in the Hawaiian language means explosion. So when we say Hanama Bay, we're saying Explosion Bay. Now, Coco Crater is actually a hike. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers put a communication station on the top of the summit of Coco Volcano. To do that, they built a railroad track 1.2 miles from the summit all the way down, okay? And then it was attached, they attached a pulley system to it, and that's how they got the components and the personnel to the top. After the war, they decommissioned this site. Okay, and they took everything away except for the railroad ties. That's when the state came behind them and built what we call Coco Crater, Jacob's Ladder, the Stairway to Heaven. That's been a popular hike. And just for a point of reference, where it will cost you $5 to hike Diamond Head and $10 to park your car, the Coco Crater hike is absolutely free. You know why? Because it's hard. Okay? The average time to hike Diamond Head is about 45 minutes. It's going from 0 to 547 feet above sea level. The average time to hike Coco Crater is 4 hours and 30 minutes. Okay? You're going from 0 to 1,203 feet above sea level. It just gets higher and higher. You're just going up, up, up.
Yes, it is, Cassie.
Now, back in the day, people thought they had what it took to hike Coco Crater, right? They would get on the top and they would experience what we call muscle failure in the military. And then they'd be like, help, help, we're stuck on the top of Coco Crater. Can you please send over helicopters? And we used to airlift people at taxpayers' expense. We used to airlift people to safety from the top of Coco Crater. Well, we had an up-and-coming mayor back in the day, right? Part of his stump speech was, and if you vote for me, I'll make sure we don't have to foot the bill when
that's Coco Marina. We're going to stop there on our way back.
Have to pay for that. Now, he didn't get elected. Some say he had anger management issues, but he did have a point. So today, if you guys hike Coco Crater and you get stuck on the top of that mountain, and let me just say the cell phone reception is excellent, right? And you're like, help, help, we're stuck on the top of Coco Crater. Can you please rescue us? First, there's going to be an awkward silence, and then the next thing you're going to hear is, will that be Visa, MasterCard, American Express, perhaps? Because it's going to cost you $3,700 to get airlifted off that mountain right there. So bring your A game. And surprisingly, rescues drop 99%. I wonder why, right? Now, Coco is how we say blood in the Hawaiian language. So Coco Crater, blood crater, okay? Native Hawaiians were polytheists. They had many gods. And to appease these gods, when you broke the law, when you broke kapu, then you were sacrificed to the Hawaiian gods. And what they would do is march you up to the top of this crater and throw you in. Now, as I said before, the Honolulu Film Studio, they've been making movies a long time. Well, there is a movie lost in obscurity today. It's called Harry and the Volcano with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. That was filmed right here. This was the volcano that Harry was going to throw himself in. Another movie filmed through here was called 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. This whole coastline, that was all part of 50 First Dates. And when we get to this lagoon, it's called Eternity Beach. That's where they filmed the swimming scenes. They took in Sea Life Park. They did everything. Speaking of Sea Life Park, if you guys want to hang out, take advantage of this beautiful weather, Sea Life Park tickets are $60 at the window. My tickets are $30. I can save you half price. Okay, this is Coco Marina. This is going to be our stop on the way back from Sea Life Park. Okay, this is how you gain access, obviously, to this oasis. If we got Starbucks, we got Greek restaurants, Subway. So So if you just want to use the restroom or just take care of yourself, you can do that here on the way back. You can get a Portuguese donut. Right here we got hot matasadas from Leonard's Bakery. Now generally, people that want to swim in Hanauma Bay or hike Coco Crater, they'll get off here and then they will just walk right back up the mountain and pick up those, to access those points. Now, on a good day, you can see 3 islands once we hit this coastline here. Molokai is 22 miles out, okay? Right behind Molokai are the mountains of Maui. Maui is 104 miles out to the southeast, and then way out there you'll see a shadow. That shadow is the Big Island, 234 miles out. Now, I can see people hiking this beach right here. Just as we go up higher and higher, take a look over here on the left. As I come around Hanauma Bay with the movie Oppenheimer still fresh in everybody's mind after sweeping the Academy Awards, I want you to look at this crater, all right? It looks like somebody dropped an atom bomb to create Hanauma Bay, Explosion Bay. And incidentally, Captain James Cook, British commander of the HMS Discovery and the HMS Resolution, he first founded the Hawaiian Islands on his 3rd voyage through the Pacific back in 1778. The reason why it took him 3 times was because he decided to follow the migrating patterns of humpback whales, and it was the humpback whales that led him to the Hawaiian Islands. Well, today, the Hawaii state mammal is
exactly, Diane.
Whale. And every February, I guess, they come in mass to migrate towards the islands. Last February, we counted 934 whales.
That's Coco Head right there.
The coast. So as we come around and we start the ocean,
it's not tough.
Keep your eyes peeled for
it is at the very, very top.
Seals and sea lions. I'm going to fade to the back for a moment.
I can. That's Hanauma Bay entrance.
This is Hanauma Bay. We also call it Lizard's Cove. That's the head of the lizard out there, that peninsula, and the tail wraps all the way around. Okay? All right, keep your eyes peeled for those whales and those seals.
Yes, thank you, Janet. If you're liking the stream so far, please like and share.
Before we get to Hawanova Blowhole, and I give you that 10-minute break, we're going to pass a very popular lagoon. Now, this lagoon was made famous by a movie called From Here to Eternity with Burt Lancaster. They filmed the famous beach scene here. After that movie, they changed the name to Eternity Beach. So that's the name of this lagoon, Eternity Beach. It's very popular. Number one, this is where tourists and locals go if they want to snorkel, because as you know, it's $25 to go Hanauma Bay, but Eternity Beach is absolutely free. This is actually oh, I'm looking for sea lions, monk seals, and turtles. They beach themselves here in the summer and they sunbathe, right? And then the tourists will come around and take pictures. But here's what needs to be said, okay? If you guys are out here and you find yourself, you know, face to face with one of these aquatic specimens, okay? If you touch it, that is an $1,800 fine. All of the marine life here is protected. HPD is on site, all right? What I like to tell people is if you see something cute and cuddly, right? Curb Your Enthusiasm, Sea Life Park is the next stop. There you can swim with the dolphins, you can fondle the fish, you can feed the turtles. There it's legal, here not so much, all right? Now, again, I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes. We'll do a time check. And then after 10 minutes, I'm going to assume that load it up and we're going to down the line. Just before we get there, I want you to look right over the edge when I pass this rock formation. When you look over the edge and look down there, you're looking down into Eternity Beach, all right? You're going to see a little rock formation that people use to get down there. And the only thing I want to say to you is if you think you can walk down there and come back in 10 minutes, many have thought that and many have been left behind. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now, I want you to look right over to the right.
Right here. It's Coco's Cove.
That is Eternity Beach.
We're going to come here and do a sunrise stream. Koa, K-O-A. The driver's name is Koa.
Kokawa, Halano Blowhole Fest, the Moragato. Time check. I'm looking at 10:35. I'll give you till 10:47. 10:47, we're gonna head out, okay? This is Halano Blowhole. The blowhole is gonna be to our front right here. Just go where the tours are right here. Yeah. Halano Blowhole, take 10.
We'll get off. We'll get off here and check it out.
Hold on to your hat. You're welcome.
All right, guys. How is his audio? It is windy, boy. This is as windy as I've seen it in a long, long time. Is the wind too much on the audio? Oh, here we go. Of course, Janet. Look at how blue, and I don't even have the filter on. I should put the filter on, shouldn't I? But I just didn't want to add weight to the camera because, man, I knew that it was going to be windy, but not this windy. Wow. Look at those ding-dongs down there. There you go. Stick your head right over the top of that blowhole. That lady. Audio's fine. Okay, good. It's just windy, but you know that's what you get. I mean, I wanted you guys to see this the trolley as just as you would see it if you were taking the trolley ride yourself. I want to make it as real life IRL as you see as possible. It's really more mist right now. I think it needs to be a little bit higher wind or a little bit higher tide, but you could see it right there. It's right there. So the idea is to see a wave like that will make the blowhole go higher. It just needs to bring that water into the hole there a little bit. I'm glad you love this guy. I like this. I'm actually going to bring my car out here and we'll do a sunrise shot from here. Oh, now there you can see it. Let me show you. While you're looking at the blowhole, also look here in the very distance. I'm going to hold this as steady as I can, so you can see way over there. There's Maui, Lanai, Molokai. Do you see the islands over there? Makapu'u Bay and beach is right around over there. The Makapu'u Lighthouse also. Let me walk you over here and let you see the Cockroach Cove. We're going to do a sunrise. We just need to do that sooner than later because I think that's a great, it's a beautiful spot. I've been there before. I have pictures of it, but I've never done a live stream from here. Let me let you take a look at it, see what you think. Boy, that wind is just treacherous. We saw a lady and gentleman up here when we were down here before, and they lost their camera, and it just went dun 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 all the way down. Oop. About lost it right there. How's that? You can't hear the wind. That's perfect. So we'll come here and do this is one of the most beautiful sunrise spots you'll ever see in your life. You just come down that trail. The only challenge is coming down that trail in pitch black, but you just bring a headlamp with you. And then you want to sit, see where those people are standing right there? That's where you want to sit because the sun will come up right over here. It's beautiful. I'll get you another shot over this way. Surprisingly, it's not as crowded as it normally is, but this is it may not play on the cameras as much, but the amount of power and just sheer don't get in it-ness is this water right here, because it's not real deep here, but it's deep out about 20 feet past this little point right here. Let me use my hand a little bit here. So right back through here, when you get past that little area, that water is just powerful as heck, and you can just see how it's kind of ebb and flowing a little bit. Man, you do not want to get in there. Look at how blue.
The way they're doing it, they're playing every team 40-minute games.
How would you guys like to do sunrise here, huh? No, it's not so much an undertow as it is surface strength. I mean, just look at how much volume it's moving up and throwing water up against those rocks over there. And I'm really, really surprised at how many people actually swim in that cove and get right out there on the edge of that water flow. And so the plan is to take the trolley back to Coco Marina, get off there, walk around Coco Marina, let you see what's available there, and then make our plans for there. Let's take one more look at the blowhole real quick. We'll come over here one day and do it really specific. 10 minutes is just not time enough, really.
enough to make you want to get up and cop on my pants.
Oh, yeah.
Not there. You don't want to scuba dive there. All along there, Makapu'u Bay, Makapu'u Beach around here. Down that way, Sea Life Animal Park is right over here. But Makapu'u Bay is like, that's rough. That's good for body surfing, but no bueno for snorkel and otherwise. You just do not want to do it. It's too rough. And it is a really good deal if you buy your Sea Life passes from him. Yeah, you save like 50%, something like that. So Janet, yeah, we'll do one. Actually, what I'll do is we'll make sure we do like a sunrise from there, and then we can drive early morning, drive along this coast here. Just spectacular. I think that'd be a great tour as well. Then I want to do Makapu'u Lighthouse at sunrise. We're on Oahu, on the south shore of Oahu right now. We're at the Blowhole Sea Life Park is right over here in Makapu'u Beach. Makapu'u Lighthouse is right back behind us. Cockroach Cove is behind us. And now we're at the, actually, just another heads up, we're going to lose connection when we go into Sea Life Park.
I'm just,
when we go right into Sea Life Park.
We still got 2 minutes.
when we go to Sea Life Park and do a turnaround, we're going to lose connection as well.
Looking at Sandy Beach. Sandy Beach is one of the most dangerous beaches on the island. Actually,
it is the most dangerous
beach on the island. Sandy Beach is under a red flag warning 266 days out of the year.
Yeah.
Okay?
See how it doesn't look that daunting, but it will wreck you.
The dangers that are there. Now, there's a sign on every single one of those flags. Now, it's written in English telling you what the dangers are, but it's also accompanied with a picture.
No, I'm just going to put my leg like that.
A picture says 1,000 words, right? So that's just our way of really letting you know what's going on. Now, real quick, Waikiki is a man-made beach, okay? We built that beach with safety in mind. This is not a man-made beach, and pretty much nature can be raw and unforgiving for those who are not paying attention. Now, the most prevalent injury coming out of Sandy Beach is paralysis due to a broken neck or broken back. Locals, we call it Brokeback Beach. Literally, that's what we refer to it as, Brokeback Beach. When we come through here, you're going to see, well, you may not see it. I've counted 13 crosses. And these crosses were pretty much put there.
Can someone tell me how many viewers we have? My viewer count froze.
Okay,
and then we'll be doing we're going to be doing a stop at Coco Marina, and we'll get off the trolley. We'll get back on
the dangers.
The next trolley a little bit later after we make another game plan.
It's Sandy Beach. The name of the beach is Sandy.
How many people have taken this, gotten off here at Sea Life Park? A lot of people do. Again, we're going to lose connection when we get there.
It's going to be eyes forward. If you guys see anybody running to this trolley with like terror in their eyes, let me know and I'll pump the brakes. I don't want to leave anybody just innocent, So what I'm going to do, as I said before, we're going to do a drive through Sandy Beach. This is not part of the tour, but for safety reasons, I like to drive people through here just so they can see the difference between a man-made beach and a real beach, and also you can see the beauty as well. There are two wedding chapels at Sea Life Park, and part of the wedding services, after you exchange nuptials, you'll load up in the limo, and then they'll take you down to Sandy Beach to do your wedding photos.
Thank you, guys.
So when we're down here and you see a wedding party, or if you see a woman just dragging a beautiful wedding dress through the wet sand like she don't have to pay for it, that's just them doing the wedding photos. Okay? And when you see these pictures, when you take a note of these pictures on these flags, what you're going to see is stick figures and various forms of peril, right? And that's just our way of trying to convey to you the dangers.
See those really slow sloping waves? They're so
just look on the back of this lifeguard shack where it says Sandy Beach. Look at the pictures.
They're unassuming, and they'll lull you into false confidence. But by the same token, you'll see locals, kids, getting in those waves and just having the best time of their life, not bothered at all, but they've grown up doing it. Look at them. Just crazy. I love it. It's a beautiful beach to lay on and watch. It just is. Makapu'u right up the street is just as beautiful, not as daunting though. Yes, the next turnaround is Sea Life Park, and again, we're going to lose connection for about 20 seconds. So just stick with me if you would.
Now, our next stop, Sea Life Park. Sea Life Park opened up in 1964. It is the inspiration behind Marineland and SeaWorld back on the mainland. It's open from 10 till 4. The last trolley will leave Sea Life Park at 2:57. We'll call it 3 o'clock, okay? That's a good experience if you just want to hang out with marine life, right? You have the opportunity to swim with dolphins. They have a botanical gardens. They have an aquarium. It's very educational.
These lifeguards for Sandy Beach,
Get in for free,
they're monsters, man.
The general admission is $60 unless you get one.
See all these reefs that you see, these dark rocks? That's part of what will wreck you.
I'm the opposite. I can't take credit cards. All I can take is cash. So there's that.
And there's guys out there in it on their boogie boards. I don't get it.
That'll be the official turnaround spot.
Look at just how beautiful it is. It's just so welcoming it looks, but boy, see this right here, all these rocks? That's what's out there just another 20 feet. And you're just right on the surface. Once the wave goes away, it sucks you down. That's what you're getting raked across. Thank you, Joe. That's right, Michelle.
If you look to the right, you see this peninsula here. We'll call it a mountain range. That's called Makapa'u. Maka means eye. Pa'u means bulge. Makapa'u, the bulging eye. That peninsula right there is home to a very popular hiking trail called the Ka'iwi Trail. On the other side of that mountain is the Makapa'u Lighthouse. When that lighthouse was decommissioned, first of all, the lighthouse been there since 1945, right? Now, when they decommissioned it back in the 50s, they turned the access road to that lighthouse into a trail. And we call that trail the Ka'iwi Trail. Now, that trail is about 1.2 miles long, and it's very popular because it's so easy to hike. I can drive this trolley up that trail, right? So, is it wheelchair accessible? If you got arms like Arnold Schwarzenegger, then yes, because you still got to get up the mountain, right? But at the end of the day, it's very popular. As you can see, there are no obstructions. While you're hiking this trail, you got panoramic views, 360-degree views going all the way around. So as we get closer to this mound, when you see people all over this rock just hiking and whatnot, that's what they're doing. They're hiking the Ka'iwi Trail, and they pretty much cover that whole peninsula. We're going to be driving past the parking lot and access road to that trail, so I'm just trying to highlight what you're going to be seeing coming up. And then we'll be passing the golf course, the Hawaii golf course. That's going to be on the left side. That's coming up as well.
We can do this same route in a car, if you like. All right, let's do it. It's just almost the antithesis of North Shore,
Is coming up. It's called the
South Shore.
Look out! It's going to be a very, very beautiful vista. That's going to give you the ocean and the catacombs. I call them the islands. It looks like Fiji out there, but it's going to be very, very pretty. So you got that to look forward to. And then right on the base of
That's where we're going, Kerry.
The Makapa'u Beach. Makapa'u Beach. All right. So all that's coming up. This is the golf course right here for Hawaii diving.
Man, this wind is something else. Sorry for the bumpiness and the noise. It's just
this is the overflow parking for the parking lot here for the Waikiki Trolley. You see those people hiking up there? So it's totally okay. It's legal. You can park your car here if you
There's
want
a
to
trail.
do all that.
To the lighthouse. I pronounce it Makapu. I don't know how he's pronouncing it.
All right, this is
Wow,
a very,
okay.
very beautiful photo opportunity coming up here in 2 seconds. This is the
If the wind's not bothering you, I'm good. It's knocking me around, but I'm good with it. I don't care. Check this out, guys. There you go. Cassie, check this out before you leave. Look at that water, huh? So when we go do our drive, we'll stop here. If you guys want to do a drive, we'll do it. Let's do it next week. Stops, but if you're good with that, then I'm good with it. See the lighthouse over there on the edge of that?
Do you need tickets? Do you have them already? All right. I appreciate that. How many? Yes, sir. Unfortunately, I apologize.
That's how it goes, Shirley. We're out on the island, and man, the connection is intermittent. So when I cut out, just stop the stream, come back in. Can't do much to help you out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sea Life Park.
For those of you that are waiting for me to move on,
I hate this
I'm gonna
place.
do a 180-degree turn, right? That means all the ocean views that were on this side are going to be on this side. This is the side you want to sit on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I got to get a ticket.
Honestly, no one should come to Sea Life Park, in my opinion. Yeah, like and share if you would, please, guys. I would appreciate it. Great way to show your support. Like and share. And if you don't share it on the live stream, share it on the replay if you would. And don't forget you can tag Waikiki Trolley up to 3 times during this stream and up to 3 times tomorrow up to midnight. And we're going to be giving away I'm just going to use that term, super pack, a super pack of passes. And I may throw something else in there too. So the winner, there's going to be one winner that gets a 4-day Waikiki Trolley pass and a Circle Island tour pass. And then we're also going to do a single 4-day Waikiki Trolley pass as well. So there will be one Waikiki Trolley pass and then a Waikiki Trolley pass and a Circle Island tour pass together. They'll be announced on the live stream Tuesday. So you guys wouldn't mind doing a live stream, repeating this this tour here, or this route, but doing maybe 3 short streams instead, because that's what would have to happen. Probably 4 short streams.
Makapa'u Lighthouse is right here, and that's the Oceanic Institute right at the end of that pier.
Yeah, right over there.
Coco Marina, no, Sigawa, Coco Marina desu. Next stop's going to be the Coco Marina stop. Right turn, you're going to look at the backside of Coco Volcano. Now it's going to look like the volcano because you're going to see the crater from this vantage point. say Honolulu, we're actually saying safe harbor. And those words are a siren song to any large vessel on coast that needs to come in to either resupply or make repairs. Okay? Now, generally speaking, 98% of everything in the Hawaiian Islands is shipped in. But, pretty much, it's shipped in 3 times daily on the ship that comes into Honolulu first. By the way, you see the volcano now? You see how the lava came over the edge and calcified the stone and whatnot? In 1957, we took 4 acres inside of Cocoa Crater and we created Cocoa Crater Botanical Gardens. Anyway, yeah, 98% of everything in these Hawaiian Islands is shipped in. It's shipped in 3 times daily on the ship that comes into Honolulu first. What they do is they break down the cargo on the smaller vessels, and then those vessels go out to the other sister islands. Now, this particular characteristic did not escape the notice of President Roosevelt, who decided to move the naval fleet from San Diego in 1940 to what we now call Pearl Harbor, and that was just 1 year before the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Him deciding to do that, okay, he just pretty much clinched the biggest naval base in the United States. Again, this island is smaller than the state of the United States by half, right? But it's home to the biggest naval base in the United States, Pearl Harbor. If you go down to downtown Honolulu, okay, you'll find pretty much 46 piers, from Pier 1 to 46, and a half-moon shape stretching all the way back into Pearl Harbor. And again, when I tell you we can accommodate any size, you don't have to take my word for it. It's in the name, Honolulu, safe harbor. Now, in 1914...
If you're having any connection or streaming or flow issues, just leave the stream and then come back in.
850 feet long, with a crew count of 1,350. If you go down to at Aloha Tower Marketplace, you wouldn't be surprised to see cruise ships docked at Pier 2, Pier 4, and Pier 11. At today's standards, these cruise ships are on average 141,000 gross tons. Okay? They're about 1,300 feet long, and they can hold north of 3,800 people. That's the average size, and these cruise ships are only getting bigger, right? Well, they can.
That's the lookout by Hanauma Bay.
No other island can even begin to
close to it, not looking out on Hanauma Bay, but it's the lookout on your map close to Hanauma Bay.
Now, as far as the Navy goes, the biggest vessel in the naval fleet is the Nimitz-class carrier, okay? One Nimitz-class carrier is 2,000 feet long. 2,000 feet long, one carrier. One Nimitz-class carrier, oh, by the way, the Nimitz-class carrier is the world's largest seafaring vessel, and again, it is the largest vessel in the naval fleet. One Nimitz-class carrier weighs 100,000 long tons. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the term long ton, 1 long ton is the equivalent of 2,240 gross tons. Multiply that times 100,000. That's the mass of a Nimitz-class carrier. And one Nimitz can hold 5,000 military personnel, to include planes, tanks, trucks, automobiles, whatever you can throw on the decks of these ships, right? What if I told you that Pearl Harbor can hold three Nimitz-class carriers? That's how huge Pearl Harbor is.
And right down over here is the Cockroach Cove.
This island so special. It's all in the numbers, right? I'll give you one more stat. Before they could build the Titanic as the biggest ship in the world in 1914, they had to scour the globe to figure out who they had to beat, right? In terms of, to be the best, you have to beat the best, right? They did not have to look any further than the USS.
Yes, they do, Shirley. It's also available on their website. All the schedules, all the stops and times.
It was the biggest battleship in its day. It was 608 feet long. It weighed 31,400 gross tons, and it had a crew count of 1,177 sailors and Marines, to include 36 sets of runners. Today, the USS Arizona sits at the bottom of the pier it was docked at with over 900 soldiers still aboard as a result of the bombing of Pearl Harbor December 7, 1941. That's not the only ship that was sank in port. The USS Utah, commissioned in 1910, also sits at the bottom.
Look at how rough that sea is right there up against this.
That was a training vessel. But more than a history lesson, this is just me trying to convey to you what makes Honolulu, these piers and ports, so why they chose to move the capital from Lahaina Maui side view on top of Hawaii Kai when you're looking down that way. Now, incidentally, Waikiki Trolleys does cover Inoa Tours. Now with Inoa Tours, you can cover Pearl Harbor, and you can do a Pearl Harbor tour, or you can do a Circle Island tour. I got cards up front. Well, if you go to the back side of the card, you can hit the QR code that'll forward you into our website. You can choose the excursion you would like, and then it's going to ask you to enter a promotional code. My name, Core, is stamped on the card. Just put in those 3 letters, and you'll save 10% on the purchase of that excursion, and your phone becomes your ticket, right? Well, on the other side of the card is a photo in the TripAdvisor. If you guys are having a great informative tour and you want to give your boy a 5-star rating, again, you can hit me up with the cards right here. This is the another view, another vantage point of Explosion Bay. And then on this side, you're going to be looking down into the city of Hawaii. Now the thing is, okay, nobody is immune from global warming. The way it's going to affect the Hawaiian Islands is we already know the ocean is going to rise 6 feet. It's going to cost us $17 billion just to flood-proof Waikiki. Now scientists say that by 2050, the township of Hawaii will be back underwater. All right. Just because they filled in Mauna Loa Bay, they didn't change the topography of the land. All these houses are below sea level, every single one of them. It goes all the way back, 524 acres. You can see the man-made marinas up through there. But they say that by 2050, that ocean water is going to come right back in here. Now, it's not going to be enough to get over the roof, but it's enough to make that community uninhabitable. So within the next decade or so, if you hear news about eminent domain and how the state are taking back homes, you pretty much know why, right? Now, straight ahead, this is Diamond Head. You see how it looks like a volcano from this vantage point? Now, we call it Diamond Head, but the locals called it Le'ahi. Le means circle, ahi means tuna. If you look at the summit of Diamond Head, it looks like the dorsal fin of a tuna fish. So when they called it Le'ahi, they were literally calling it circulating tuna. Now we're going to be descending into Coco Marina. You guys,
this is where we're getting off.
Starbucks is the best vantage point here. If you want to get a Portuguese donut, hot malasada from Leonard's Bakery. Again, we got Greek restaurants here. This is a virtual oasis. If you guys choose to get up here, there'll be another trolley in about 40 minutes to collect you. We're coming into the next stop. Coco Marina Test, the Mordato. This is Coco Marina. Hello.
Do you have one of your cards for for TripAdvisor?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Bro.
All right. Next stop is going to be Kahalama. Sigura, Kahalama Des, the Mordato.
Wow. Man, I am here to tell you, that was a rough ride. You didn't see it, obviously, but I was standing on the way out here in the middle of about 9 ladies who would not shut up, and they kept bumping into me. One lady was literally leaning up against me because she was, the ride was so rough. And then the wind, hopefully it wasn't as unpleasant for you as it was for me with the audio and the wind. Hopefully that was not the case. Wow. It's great for you guys, fantastic. So that's where we are. Do you guys remember this exact same pose? Actually, probably more like this. When we were on our failed hiking. Oh, watch out. That little chicken went running across in front of that lady. So this is when we had horrible directions from one of our wayward members when we went to China Walls. And actually we didn't go to Spitting Cave that time. So into China Walls and Spitting Cave is where we may go today. We're going to see. There's nothing super significant at this location, but I wanted to get off here because this is a place where you may want to get off, and I just want to show you what you will see. And again, we're at Coco Marina, and you can come here obviously on the trolley tour or not. But what do you guys think about doing this same kind of tour just in a car, like we did for North Shore? But we would do 3 or 4 different, like we would drive to maybe from Diamond Head Lookout, or actually through Waikiki, Diamond Head Lookout, get out there, because that's when we lose connection, and then go on up to the lighthouse over here, and then drive from the lighthouse to Cockroach Cove. Would you guys like to do that? Or yeah, do that. Yeah, all right, well, there you go. So we're just going to walk through this marina center here, just so you can get a good idea of what you can do when you're here. Again, it's not a super beautiful center, but there's a lot to do here. So if you left this morning from Waikiki and you didn't eat breakfast because you just wanted to eat somewhere outside of Waikiki for a change, this is a good place. There's several cafes over that way that we'll go by. But if you're Lance and not on a keto diet, that may be where you want to go. Leonard's Hot Malasadas. Is Lance on here? I saw him earlier today, but I haven't seen him since. The only thing with a car that I see as an issue for me personally is the not getting in and out, but the starting and stopping of those streams. If you guys are cool with that, man, we can go anywhere, anytime, any day on the island, man. I just think it's a big pain to have, those so many short streams. Actually, let me stop right here for a second. There's Coco Crater. And it does not take you 4 hours to get up. That guy, I mean, he's a good driver. Don't get me wrong. But there are several things he gave that was misinformation, in my opinion. And I've done that 3 times, I can tell you. And I've done it once injured and twice not injured. It didn't take me anywhere near 4 hours. And we lollygagged. But there it is. It's about 1,000 steps up. It's not bad. When you get to about right there, it's okay. But it does get tougher as you get up the side there, and it's really tough this time of year because it's hot and there is zero shade. You must bring water. Yes, as a matter of fact, hang on, I'm going to show you all that here in just a second. So this is the exact same thing as the Malasadas at Leonard's in the at Kapahulu, but they have all their different styles and flavors and stuff, but we're not having that today. They have little eating tables over here. Those people are not liking that they're on the on the stream a little bit, but I can't keep everybody out. Someone's got to be a star, man. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I like this area, Hawaii Kai, which by the way, he was very dead on about Henry Kaiser and Kaiser Permanente, also Kaiser Aluminum and all that kind of stuff. He was very dead on about that. And Dillingham Dredgery. There's some other things he was just a little off on, in my opinion. There's one of the places for the rentals, someone who was just asking about that. You can do beach rentals there. They have paddle boards, everything, kayaks, and I think they have a station that's over by that bay where you can actually pick them up. You can rent part of the smaller items here, like snorkel gear, boards, and then you can actually take them over there, or they have a station over there. And if you're out here and you need a pharmacy, there's Walgreens. It's just like any other Walgreens. If there's any medical needs. Right back here, this is Hanauma Bay Ridge. So if you want to do a ridge hike that's not as challenging as Hanauma Bay, but the views are just spectacular, this is it. And we've done this hike several times already. And all you do, let me show you, it may seem a little confusing, but it's really not if you just think about it. If you're going to take the trolley, just get off where I did, right? And just walk all the way over here You want to walk all along this roadway here, and you'll have to go up and over that little overpass. Do you see that? It's a walkway. Zigzags right here, okay? And then just walk up on the side, and there's a walkway there. It's fairly safe. See where those cars, that little gray car right there is going right now? Just go up that road about 200 yards, and then on the right-hand side, it's the second inlet. There's a little driveway, and it just said there's a little trailhead. And if you have Google Maps, there'll be a little flag there that says on your app, it will say Hanauma Bay Ridge Trailhead, and you just go right there. You go up a little ridge right about there, and then you go up and you go all the way along that ridge there. And right on the other side of that is Hanauma Bay, and it's just beautiful view. And if you go all the way to the end and look back, that's a very, very rare view that you don't get unless you're on a ship or on a helicopter. People that are in Hanauma Bay don't get that view, but you could get that view, and it's just, it's breathtaking. That is a little bit challenging of a hike simply because there is literally no shade, and you don't realize how important shade is when you're hiking until you don't have it. And the trail starts about, see where that bare spot is right there, that's about where it starts. So you just walk up as far as you want to walk up, and it's just spectacular and beautiful. No malasadas today. Ten steps to come back for, yeah. This place is really popular for loco moco. It's a local owned spot, so coming here, supports locals. It's very busy in the mornings. Oh no, it's not busy now. It's not. Oh, it's not that early still, is it? Yeah. Again, we're at the Coco Marina, and this is the Hawaii Kai neighborhood. I just love coming out here because this is all Hawaii. Almost no visitors. Almost no tourists come out here. If there are, there's very few, and they're more over towards the marina. So you get a really good feel of, local, or long-term residents. I wouldn't say natives, but residents. And there's the best local coffee shop right there, Starbucks. And then over here, there are several really cool cafe restaurants, but there's Teddy's Burgers, and I can't remember the two places over here, but they're smaller cafes, but you can come here and have there's Fat Boys. They did take this over, son of a gun. So this is a very, very popular burger place, Fat Boys. We should come and do a Let's Eat Hawaii episode there, huh? I'm telling you, man, that trolley ride kind of took it out of me, boy. I mean, I was standing and had my knees flexed against the seat, trying to push back from that lady and not trying to be mean to her, and I didn't want to say anything to her on the stream. I guess I'm saying it now, but I wanted to tell her to shut up. She was just like, da 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 da. Somebody heard her because somebody made a comment on the stream about Michelle did, why is someone talking so much? She was literally 8 inches from my ear telling me about their night last night. That's not one of the places I was talking about because that's new. I didn't know about that, or newer. But you see along here, and again, these aren't places that you just say, oh my gosh, this is the best, breakfast or best whatever, but it's just that you're outside of Waikiki. This is where locals come, residents come. And it just has a different kind of a flavor to it, in my opinion. You may not agree. Loco Mox? You saying Loco Moco? Loco Moco does not have raw fish. You're thinking of poke. That's it. Heavenly Island lifestyle. That's it. I'm not going to put the people inside there on blast. I don't want to just feature them, but I want you to kind of look inside this place just so you get a feel of how cool it is. Very quaint, I guess. But it's very, very, very popular. Can you see it okay? It's very busy. Let me show you what it looks like. Let me show you their menu here.
The entire time my phone was off. And then one time we went to the resort, or to the casino. Connect to the Wi-Fi, and my fucking messages was slammed. The first one that was me started. It was like, yo, what's up?
See how it's kind of it's more what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, Cocoa Head, Loco Moco.
Chief Cole, no Chief Murray.
Yeah. Hi, I'm just showing them your menu real quick. It's so cool, and their food is. See how.
Have you checked them out?
No, I'm not going to eat. I'm just showing the people on the stream here. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. They have it's just a little. What's the word? It's kind of an artsy way. I don't know. That's not the way to say it. Specialized way to give their presentation, but this looks good. So does that. There's another place up here that's just coffee. And then of course Zippy's is right up here. If you come to Hawaii, you have to go to a Zippy's. This is it right here. Yeah, this is it. I'll just show you that right up there. See that? That cafe. That's the name of it. And it's very busy. Very busy. It's actually not as busy now, but it's always super busy. And this is Zippy's. If you've not been to Zippy's, you should definitely come. And so this, I don't know of a better way to say it. This is just a really locals, I know I've said that too many times probably, a residence, kind of a shopping mall. Like today you'll see in the afternoon there's, families coming out, they're going to the movie. I guess the movie theater's probably closed down now. But there's, karate studios, there's dance studios, there's a vet clinic, and it's just very homey to me. I just think I like that sense of it. It's nothing to do with Waikiki, right? So let's go back this way now. I want to show you this. This is where it gets a little bit more recreational, more fun. This will give you a great look at the waterfront residence that Henry Kai built. And the word on the street is that Henry Kai, I don't know, I wasn't there, I wasn't in the board meetings, but Henry Kai almost went bankrupt with this because he didn't make near the money he thought he was going to make because they just couldn't sell the homes. But how about these beautiful, and this is just part of them. Right around, if you could see way over there, that inlet that goes around over here, and there's another inlet that goes out that way. But look at these beautiful boats. And a lot of these, you see some of these residents, I guess all the residents have a little dry dock. Not a dry dock, they have a dock behind their boats. I guess, oh, that guy does have a dry dock right there, so he saved me. That guy does have a dry dock. You guys want to do a Waikiki Trolley Pass giveaway? Because I'm overdue on doing one. Let's do it. And let's just give the criteria again. You have to be coming in 2024. And by the way, I just heard from V, and we're not going to be able to extend these passes into 2025 until October, but I'm going to try and work on that. So that means that all the passes between today and October, you have to use them within 2024. And you can't have one in the last 30 days. Or in this case, you can't have one a Waikiki Trolley. You can't have one a Waikiki Trolley Pass at all. So if you've never won a Waikiki Trolley Pass, if you're coming in 2024, I know that eliminates a ton of you. But let's try this. Let's try this out. How much was the specialty breakfast on the last restaurant, we just looked at their menu. How much was it? Third correct answer. And we may have to go with the first correct answer, but we're going to go with the third correct answer and try that right now. So third correct answer, how much was the specialty breakfast that we showed on the menu of that last restaurant? Yeah. These houses look beautiful. No. No hints. We're going to get that fixed. Come on. Come on. Boom. Shirley, you won. Shirley, you won. Fantastic. I was never happier for someone to win something, I think. So Shirley, you are coming and you haven't won in the last 30 days, or you haven't won a Waikiki Trolley Pass, correct? Yay, Shirley. Okay, Shirley, all you have to do is send me $50. Make it out to I'm just teasing. All you need to do is send your name, first name, last name, email, phone number, and the dates, approximate dates of your visit, and send that in a message to Terry. And please, for the love of Pele, put it all in one message. We're going to do another one. It's because it looks like there's a number of you who still can play, but we're going to do something else. I'm going to try and figure something out. We could do other tours, but it's going to be the same. You have to come here and well, let's do this. Since we're doing some administrative work, let's do this. How many of you, by a show of just with a number one, how many of you are coming to Hawaii between now and or within 2024? Not whether you've won anything or not won anything. How many of you coming between today and the end of 2024? We'll still walk through here and show you some of these beautiful boats. And this is the back of that restaurant that we looked at that menu. So it goes all the way through. So you can walk in on this side and walk out to this back area here, and it's all open air all the way across there. I just think that's beautiful. And then from here, from this marina, they do all kinds of water sports. They do jet ski rentals and paddleboard rentals, but they also do parasailing, scuba diving. They do snuba. Rhonda Beach, if you guys remember, they did a, she came out here from her cruise ship at Aloha Tower. She came out to here and did that little snuba underwater type thing. Wow, there's a lot of you. Still coming in 2024. Michelle, have you won a Waikiki Trolley Pass? Yeah, I'm glad to see Shirley win. She's on here a lot and she's come close so many times. I don't even want to tell her the other time she was next on the list. She's been next on the list twice and just didn't make the call. I hate to tell her that. Now I can tell her because she's won a pass. You'll be there in a week. Well, stay tuned, Bonnie, because we're going to do another giveaway really, really quick. Really, really quick. It doesn't look like, I don't recognize you as having been on here a lot. Just, you can watch, some of the OGs will tell you they're scammers. They take screenshots. When I do like a menu, that's kind of an insider tip that pay attention to what I'm showing you. And what the OGs do, the Navy SEALs of this genre, they take a screenshot. So when I call back and ask what the price of something on a menu was, they're able to tell me right away. But because I'm on to them, we're not going to do that anymore with the menus. You have one, really? And that you didn't use, so you have one that's coming up that's in use. Like, my point is, you can't win another one. Is that under the rules? Is that right, Michelle? Leanne, you too, hang on, man. So we're going to finish this little walking tour of Coco Marina. And you see, it's not a big thing, really. But it's just kind of cool to see all these boats. And if you want to rent one of these boats, they have boat rentals. You can go out, you can go deep sea fishing like these gentlemen either have or are going to. Again, they do parasailing, scuba, snuba, snorkel, excursions. You see this white boat is coming in. I couldn't show you that before. Now you can see. You see that white boat's coming in? When I get my hand out of the way. Right around that corner is an outlet that goes under the bay. If you remember when we came back from our last hike, we had to come up past that bridge, and it goes out into the ocean. And do you remember that that bay we went out onto? We drove in the trolley. We drove out in that little bay, and it was very, very low tide. That's what's over in that area, just on the other side. Wow, Michelle, I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know about that. Those houses that he was saying up there, the people who live there, because I know a couple people who, I mean, who knows? I mean, he may be right. I'm talking about my the trolley driver, but he was saying that by 2050, the ocean's going to be up. What do you say, 15 feet or something like that, 10 or 15 feet? I call false on that. But who knows? He may be an oceanographer like me. May just have other information. Where do you go see about renting a boat? There's a boat rental place right up here, and there's also one which I don't know why it was closed. It's right past that. Actually, when you went around the corner, it's right there. And there's also some slips on the other side. This right here is Kona Brewing Company. We may go in there and have a iced tea. Kim's Barbecue Restaurant right here. Love how localish it is. Oh, see this Bob's? That's the one I was talking about. There's two right here, two rental places like here. This right here, Water Activity Center. That's Hawaii Water Sports. They do. Here's the other one. This is what Rhonda Beach did. It's Bob's. So there's like four places right along here. So if you come out here, just look up Coco Marina and Hawaii Kai Marina rentals before you come out, and this is where you'll be. This is where you'll be disembarking from, or departing from. You'll disembark your boat wherever you go on your boat, but you'll get on the boat here. Yeah, isn't this cool? But there's a lot of coastline along here. Obviously this is a dead end, but there's a lot of coastline with all these beautiful homes. And so you'll see the homes from the road. If we walk back that way, you'll see the front of the homes, they're nice, but what's really nice is what's on the back side of them, which is, you know, this beautiful coastline here. And this water is really disturbed today, it looks. I mean, it's not, it's real milky. It's usually just crystal clear. Very, very nice. Oh, really, Diane? Okay. I could go for a world famous Hawaiian coffee at the best Hawaiian coffee manufacturer here on the islands, which is Starbucks, I think is the way you pronounce it. It's right there, Starbucks. Okay guys, we're going to end this stream here, and we're going to start another one in just a moment. This next one is probably going to be just short, sweet, tough to beat, where I'm going to walk into Kona Brewing Company and just do a short stream in there, and we're going to have an executive meeting and decide what we're going to be doing for the rest of the day. So if you're on the executive team, attendance is mandatory. If you're not, attendance is encouraged. All right, so let's say it together. This is a new part. If you've liked this stream, please like it and share it. And if you choose to share it after the stream, that even helps us even better, or after the stream ends, which is in a second, that helps us even more. We're doing that Waikiki Trolley Pass and the Waikiki Trolley Pass and Circle Island Tour giveaway. That's a super pack, we'll call it. I know it's a corny name, but I like it. A super pack of the Circle Island tour and a four-day Waikiki Trolley pass. We're going to give one of those away, and we're going to give away also a single 4-day Waikiki Trolley pass on Tuesday, on the live stream on Tuesday. And you can tag Waikiki Trolley up to 3 times today on this stream, and then tomorrow on the replay up to 3 times. Waikiki Trolley, make sure you tag it properly. Okay, everybody, give yourselves a hand. Let's say it together. I hope you loved, learned, and laughed on this stream. And I know you have, because I know for sure, because Lance was on it, and Janet was on it, and Sandy was on it, and Cassie was on it. I don't think Wendy was on it. Debbie was on it. All the OGs were on it. But if it was your first stream, hopefully it's not your last. If it was your last stream, hopefully all the ones before made this last one worth it. And I just want you to know that I love every second, every minute, every hour, every day that you allow me to show you this beautiful place I call my home, Hawaii. Love you guys.